let's discuss about generative adversarial networks, which is popularly known as like GANs. So this do a similar thing like how we have seen like autoencoder and variation in autoencoder, right? This is this you feel like there will be a similarity between them, but what this does is like it tries to generate a new data which will be like similar to the data which you train it. Okay, so let's see like what it will do, and then from that we can go in detail. So what this has is this will contain two networks. One is a generator network, and there is one more a discriminator network. Okay, so what this does is like this GAN will try to generate new data points which looks similar to actual data points. It's like let's say you train your GAN using some faces of some people. Okay, so maybe your classmates, you have photos of your classmates and you train your GAN using that. So what it will do is if you it will generate new faces, okay, which were other than like what faces like you have given, like, but it will what it will be is like it will look actually genuine photos, like it doesn't look like some random photo, like it will look like a real face, means like a kind of it will look like a real image, but actually that face doesn't exist. Okay, so it will do such kind of things, it will be able to do such kind of things as well. So something like that, this is one popular example where like this network has been trained on many celebrities faces, and it has finally like actually generated some thousands of the new faces. Okay, so those were not actually there available anywhere. Okay, so and it has generated new kind of face. So similarly you can do such kind of things. So and if you see that new photo, you will feel that this photo this face may exist somewhere, so you will feel that way. So this is so popular one like during that time when it was proposed. So this has made a kind of a new revolution, like you can say. Then it started this there is also a kind of a video, you have a video, and in the video you can replace like someone's face with your face, like, and then it will look very realistic. Nowhere you'll feel that like it is fake video or something. So till that level, like I think that was called like fake, I don't remember exactly the name, like, but it was popular during the time when it was released. So we can do such kind of things as well using GANs. So let's see like how we can achieve that. Okay. So what GAN will actually do is, so we give some random input. It is nothing related to the data. It's just a random input. So if you give like random samples input, and then it will generate a kind of, let's say, let's talk about image here. Okay, like let's say we want to get a kind of a image of a person which looks exactly like a real person, but it's actually a fake data. It will generate a fake image like that may not exist anywhere. It will generate like that, and then like we will train it. May not initially when we are training, it may not even look like a face or like a person's image or something. So it may look just like clumsy some pixels, colored pixels. So maybe from that, what we have to do is like this will be passed to the discriminator. This discriminator will detect is it real or fake. Okay, so these are two networks here, like one is to generate a fake data, and next is to detect if it is real or a fake data. Okay, so this is how like it will be done. So it is there. So from this, like what will be done is something like this. So taking this generator and discriminator, right? So what, these two are different models, which should help like one each other. So what it tries to do is it generates a fake data, and this detects fake data, and this will be a feedback to the generator. And then from that, what it should do is, okay, this is getting detected easily, so I have to generate more realistically. So then it will adopt its layers and generate some another image, and that data may look like again like it will be there, right? Like, so that is again a fake data, but this time it may look quite realistic, and that realistic data again like it will be sent to discriminator. Maybe this time also it again like it has detected as fake. So this will again be given as a feedback to generator. It will optimize its weights, and then again what it will do is it will go more realistic. Okay, so then maybe discriminator will detect it as real. Okay, so till that time, like it what it will do is it will adopt its weights such that it starts generating a realistic image. So let's see how this will be done. So initially what they do is, so train, this is like there, these are two models, right? So these will be trained separately. So first they will train discriminator network. So these are all just maybe a dense layer or like convolution layer networks. It can be anything. Okay, let me write D and this as G, this as D instead of writing the whole name again. So this time what they do is, so initially they give real images. So maybe take the celebrity face data set only. So they take the real images, and from the real images they will try to detect is it real or fake. Okay, a kind of binary classification here. Okay, so you give an image, you train that this is real, like that. Similarly, you generate few fake images from this. Okay, from D you generate few fake images and give to D. You like label them as fake. Okay, label them as real. So with these two, what you do is you train the model. Okay, like using these two as data set, similarly these two as labels, you train the model. So while training the model, you'll be getting like this discriminator, only discriminator. You'll be training only discriminator. So this network will get improved. Okay, then moving forward, what you do is after training a discriminator, then now freeze this discriminator output, and now train generator. So here it's a binary classification. So what you do is, so here let's say this is Z, which is a random input. Here real input is X. Let's say this is X, this is Z. So what you have to do, D of X is what is this, right? So this is for real image. So log of binary classification, we try to minimize this, right? So log of D of X. And similarly, when it is fake, okay, so we have to look at this. So from Z, it is coming to G. So G of Z is going as input to D. So this is being inside log. Okay. So this is one more, right? Like, so this should be fake, right? So means like it should be detected as 0. So what we do is instead of 1, we will be keeping 1 minus D. Means 1 minus 5, like just like in binary classification. How we do it? The same way, instead of D of Z, log of 1 minus D of Z. So this is your loss function, which you will be using to minimize this. Okay. So that is for discriminator. Similarly, for in case of generator, what you do is, so you generator, you just have one random sample Z. So this is the network, right? Here it will generate image. So this image you will be passing to D and detect is it fake or not, means real or fake. Okay, so this case, like what will be the output? It should be like what it should have is like here generator should create an image such that like your discriminator won't be able to detect it is a fake. Okay, so if it detects a fake, then that is a kind of a loss to this. Okay, so what we do is same like when we pass jet, right? Jet is just a random number. Okay, just some random number. You pass to a random number. From that, it will generate this image, and then what will happen is let's see, like z g, here it is z, right? Here we are multiplying with g of z. This is g of z, that we are going through d of g of z, right? So what we do is d of g of z, if it is detected as 1, that is no problem. If it is detected as fake, means like 0, then that's a problem. So 1 minus 0 will be your loss. Okay, so if it is equal to 1, then 1 minus 1 is 0. The loss is 0. So if it is detected as a fake image, then there is a problem. So what you do is use log of this way. So this will be your loss function while training a generator. So this process will repeat again and again. So first you train your generator, then train your discriminator. So and this process will continue. Only this first, maybe this first, then this one, then this one, like this. So this process will continue, and it will be able to generate the new images. So which, not just images, it can be applied for any data problem. So and it will generate new kind of data which will realistic. So manually, if you try to verify, you may not be able, if it is well trained, then you may not be able to detect that this is a fake. Okay, so we will be able to do such kind of thing using this GAN. Okay, so we minimize this loss function as well as this loss function what is available here for discriminator, and this loss function for generator, and then from that we'll be training like network. Okay, so this is one like next this is about GAN. So let's see a few use cases of GAN. So in case like now to generate images, right? So this is what we found. So what we can also do is like synthetically generate new images, so new data. Okay, so let's say this is a main use case, right? So what where we can use this is like, let's say for your training. Okay, like in case if you have a model, like you need to train some model and you don't have enough data, you feel that you have only some 1,000 samples and you may need like more samples because like your model is overfitting or something. So then what you do is you can go for a GAN, use those 100 samples or 1,000 samples what you have, and train a GAN on it. Okay, and then use this GAN to generate new samples. Okay, so in case of, like we can also say as data augmentation. So where what we did, like we also seen in one of our implementation tutorial, where we took one image and we rotated it, flipped it, and generated new images from it. And we used those images as well for training. So similarly, in this case, what we do is we use a data augment. We for just kind of a data augmentation, right? So you are generating new images, new data set, and that you again use it for like data. So for additional data generation, right? So that will be better word than this. So like that we'll be able to use, and we can also cover missing data. So let's say it's a time series signal and you have something like this, and in between somehow you missed the data, like you did not record the data, or like maybe it got deleted somehow, or like this, and then this is like this. Okay, in between data you can fill using GAN. Maybe there is a sensor failure and then the sensor is not working, so that time you can use this data and fill it. So for analysis purpose you can do this. So this part, this red part, like will get generated by the GAN, and then like by feeding like just like random input if you give like and if you also give like what are the values from here, right? So it will be able to generate this missing information. So it is also used in this case. Like mainly I have seen one use case wherein if a kind of like a monitoring in case of coal mines or some places in middle, like there will, you can't if you are going through a drone or something, like if you want to monitor within some kind of a coal mine or some places, right? So because of some turnings, like maybe in between you may not get like points, like the data from these sensors, okay, like from where the transmitters. So during that point, like maybe there will be a network drop and you won't be receiving some signals. So that time you can estimate like what will be the values by using these kind of things, okay. But if you can't use it for very long time, then maybe like it may go wrong, like it may estimate wrong. But for a shorter durations, if where it is missing, right, so that points can be estimated by using this GAN. Okay, so this is one major use case again, like and one more we have seen, right, so which I just discussed. So generating new faces. So a kind of, if you want, and if you have trained it on cars, okay, like if you trained it to generate new cars, so it may generate some new car, like which you might not have seen the design itself, like you might not have seen till now. So it may be able to generate such kind of scenarios as well. So these kind of things can be done using this GAN, by using this approach. But like there are like many challenges by while training this GAN. So what it can be is, so we are training here. So there is this G, there is this D. So what we can do is, so here like we are training this and then this, right? So let's say your discriminator become very strong. Okay, means like it will be able to detect every fake image. Okay, so it was trained to that super level. Okay, so what happens is, even if your GAN like what generates a image like which was very more realistic, okay, very realistic, but because you have trained your discriminator very strong, okay, strong discriminator, so even though you generate a image like which looks very realistic, still like your discriminator will be able to detect that it is a fake. Okay, so and then that will be given as a feedback to generator, and that will try to adopt weights anyway. But still, because your discriminator is very strong, maybe generator will lose out, like it will not be able to generate like a realistic image like very well, because like everything like it tries to do, it will be detected as fake. In such kind of scenarios, like generator will fail. So there is one more scenario where your discriminator is weak. So let's say discriminator is very weak in the sense like it may not be able to detect very real or fake image like very well. Okay, so in that case, what you do is like in case the generator generates some image which looks like clearly fake. Okay, so your discriminator, if it is weak, it may not be able to detect that it is a fake. Okay, so then what we see, like we may see that like, oh, it's not now detecting as a real, so it means that generator would have worked well. But actually if you see the generator, it did not learn much, just that it is generating something randomly and discriminator is saying it is real. So that is also a problem, right? So even this case, like generator can't be confident in like we will be thinking that like generator is not generating good images because we will train it till we get realistic images out from the GAN input. And similarly in this case, here it generator won't be learning well because whatever we give, like it is saying as real, so that actually is not a real, right? So even if we see manually, it may not be realistic. So something like you have trained your GAN on cows. Okay, so cows like it has generated an image where cow is having 6 legs. So that we discriminator maybe because it is a weak discriminator, so maybe it did not detect it. So that it may look realistic for it, but when we see it manually, it's not realistic, right? So it's a fake image, so it may not be able to generate good images then. Okay, so that is also a problem. So these kind of challenges can come while like using GAN, like a training GAN. So that time you make sure that both of them are like actually going, means like both are doing good, or both are doing equally. That would be much better to say, like both are doing equally good, rather than you concentrate more on discriminator, and then GAN will lose out. Okay, so such things should not occur. Both should perform good. Okay, so that can be a challenge like in GAN. So this is about GAN. Okay, like in the GAN there are like slight different variations in GAN, like it can be like DC GAN. So this was one more proposed like variation in GAN, which was convolutional, deep convolutional generative adversarial network. Okay, so this is one a different kind of GAN. So in this, what will happen is, just as it in the name, like we use only the convolutional layers in like generator as well as in discriminator. So what we do is, just like you have like generator and discriminator, right? So in generator we'll be using convolution layers as well as in discriminator. So but you, let's say you have a data here, so which was a randomly generated vector z, so that you'll be using it, passing it to a layers, right? So initially like there is a little difference in a kind of a layer which will be used in like generator. So here, instead of convolutional layer, we'll be using convolutional transpose layer. So because like it's just like a transpose to convolutional. So from this, what you'll be getting is, in usual convolution layer, you'll be increasing the depth, right? So here we instead of increasing the depth, we will increasing the width and height. So this is how this will be happening. So finally, after few layers here, so you'll be getting a image like generated fake image. Okay, so something like this. So it can be image, it can be anything. So and this is passed to a discriminator network. So discriminator will be using a convolutional layers here. Okay, and finally you'll be getting one output. So and this you'll be passing up. So which is the output, which can be real or fake. So these are like few layers. Let us consider few layers. These are like convolutional layers. So here we have an image, and then we know how to do a convolution and finally get an output, right? So it's a similar kind of a network, kind of image classification network, which will be here. So and then this is a kind of generating image, right? So from a smaller layer, so it's kind of a transpose to what you have in discriminator layer. So this will be like this. So instead of, so we use a kind of a convolutional transpose layer to generate a fake image, and the rest of the process is same. Like first we train discriminator, and then we train generator. So and from that, like you'll be like go repeating this process again and again, check like how for every kind of epoch, like you'll be checking like yeah, how generated images are they realistic or not. So from that you'll be able to train the so this is how you'll be training DC GAN or even GAN, like both are same, right? Just that the architecture what is inside will change. And apart from that, there is like one more thing. We use like only convolutional layers, right? So and we'll be using a leaky ReLU as part of activation. Okay, so because like we know the advantage in leaky ReLU. So like for the negative numbers, instead of making it zero, it will have some values. Okay, so it doesn't like completely remove the negative values. So because of which we use a leaky ReLU, because like we anyway we are sending a random value here, right? So it may help in like generating a better image. So we are not sure. So we use a leaky ReLU over there, and we also have some batch normalization layers as well. So we do this like because this may converge much faster, right? We already have discussed in a different session how in a like how what are the advantages of using normalization and batch normalization as well. Okay, so this is about DC GAN. So similarly, like if you can like make few modification and it can be a different version of GAN. Okay, so let's see like how it can be implemented, and then let's see an example like where we can go through the code and then see where it can be implemented. Okay, how it can be trained and then that implementation. You can see DC GAN here, like this is one of an example which where they have discussed about how to implement DC GAN using PyTorch. But let's go further just to show it. So this is a random vector which we are going to feed to the model, and then the convolution operations happens here, and finally it generates a 64 by 64 depth is 3, right? So 3 colored image here. Okay, that will be a fake image which will be generated by GAN. So, and this we use like in this case, like for DC GAN, they use only leaky ReLU as a activation function, because we also need negative values not to go to 0, right? So instead of going to 0, if you use ReLU, if you use leaky ReLU, it will have some value. So we use that, and taking that, if you go forward, then there is also a code given for this, I guess. Yes, so that is implemented here. This is generator. So, and then similarly a discriminator is again a convolutional layers. Okay, so and using these two, then what they have done is they have used the fake, like they have defined the like fake image and this thing. These are just like weight initialization. Okay, nothing else. Let me skip directly to the place where they are like training it. So here is where they are train a discriminator as a separate function, where they take the real image as well as a fake image generated by uh, generator, and they train the model. And similarly, they train generator only like with the fake image data that you pass to discriminator, right? You get an output. So from that output with the real label, you will generate loss here. And with that loss, like what you will be doing is you will be getting a loss like which you will be used to train a generator. Okay, so this just like in PyTorch, it is just like this. So generator dot train and like discriminator dot train. If you do, it will get trained. See here. So this is the entire code, like where you will be training the GAN here. So this actually like each data is being passed, and where you generate a fake image here, and there is also a real image. Like you train like this is real and this is fake images, and train a discriminator, add a loss for it, and similarly train generator after that. This create noise is just like creating a random value. Okay, so it creates a fake data, and this fake data is used to train generator, and you got like generator loss. We combine these two losses, and finally means like we train, means like each of them separately anyway, like it's not like combinedly we optimize it. So okay, this is where finally like once it is done. Okay, so this generator dot, you just give noise means like just a random value, so it will generate image. So this is the image which is generated by like which is a fake image which is generated after training a like GAN. Okay, you can save that image and see like how it is generated, and let it run for like few epochs and see if it is improving each epoch. And at the time, if you see it realistically it is improving, then you can stop it. Okay, so this way you can carry out your data. You can refer this notebook, like which contains like a very good tutorial, right? Like this is like step by step implementation of this, so you can refer this and try it on your own. Like there are like means like there are data sets available. Like I think celeb data set is also available in this. I think link was there. uh yeah, data.celeb. Let me see where I can get data set. I will provide you the link as well, so use that and then try it out just like that. Okay, so this is about how to train GAN.